Hey guys, I'm recording this video just to inform you about what are the key essentials of a very good health insurance plan. And let me disclose that this is purely an informative, voluntarily made video. Okay, this is not a promotion video to any of the insurance agents, nor am I associated with any insurance agent. You can see I'm recording this sitting in my room without reference to any links or any person. So frequently people ask me what are the key essentials, or what does one have to see in order to choose a proper health insurance plan. So I just made this video up containing 7 essentials that one should give most importance to while selecting a health insurance plan. The first one is sum insured. It is very important to know how much of insurance cover you would require, okay, in considering the two types of health insurance plans. So one is individual health insurance plan and the other one is a floater health insurance plan. So individual would basically mean covering yourself, whereas a floater plan would include your dependent parents, or it's basically a family floater plan. It covers 4 people. It covers yourself, your spouse, your dependent parents. So you can customize that. So depending on the number of people in a plan, you have to select the sum insured. Keeping in mind the spike in medical costs each year, which ranges from 17 to 20%, it is very important that you have adequate insurance cover. Usually insurance companies offer a minimum of 5 lakhs, but in today's world that seems quite less, and you should consider increasing that to a minimum of 10 lakhs. Okay, that's my view. Usually companies give employees these policies, health insurance policies, but since it's at company cost and it will last only till the time that you are associated with that company, they also cover you for, I guess, 3 or 5 lakhs. That's not much. So it's strongly recommended that along with the company plan, you also have your own insurance plan. So next important point that I would talk about is having a very good hospital network. There are many plans, there are many health insurance plans, but what is important is to see how many hospitals are covered under that plan. And it is very important that the hospital that you get admitted in is a part of the network with that health insurer. If it is not a part of the network, you are deprived of certain other benefits. For example, if it's a cashless facility, if the health insurer is offering you a cashless facility and you get admitted in a non-network hospital, they have all the right to to um, to not provide you the cashless facility, and that would be more of a reimbursement kind of a thing, and not sure whether you would get 100% reimbursement as well in those cases. So it is very important that you ensure that your close by hospitals where you are staying is covered in that plan. The third important aspect here would be no claim bonus. So a no claim bonus is purely an instance wherein you do not claim from the insurance company in the first year, okay? And if you don't claim, you can get up to 50% of the original sum insured added to your original sum insured, which can be then used in the second year or third year. So for example, if you have a policy tenure of 3 years, okay, and in the first year you did not suffer any illness, you were not admitted to the hospital, so and I'm still paying the premium for that, because the premium has to be paid on an annual basis or a quarterly basis, whatever it is, but it has to be paid for that year. But I have not claimed anything. So what usually is provided by the health insurances here is that they can provide you, so say you are insured for 10 lakhs, okay, so health insurers provide you a bonus of which ranges from 10% to 50% of the original sum insured value. So if your sum insured value is 10 lakhs, 10% of that is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh gets added to 10 lakhs, which becomes 11 lakhs. So your sum insured becomes 11 lakhs from the second year onwards. It's no longer 10 lakhs, it becomes 11 lakhs. So that way, some insurances even provide up to 50%. The fourth aspect here is restoration of cover. This is a very important and an essential feature that needs to be there in your health insurance plan. What happens here is, it usually is in case of the family floater policy. So suppose four people are covered in your plan, okay, and one of them claims in the first year, say you have a cover of 10 lakhs, and out of that, say you have used 8 lakhs or 9 lakhs already, and you are left only with 1 lakh. So what the insurance agent, the insurance company does here is they reinstate that value to zero again. Okay, some of them have this benefit, and it is usually done once a year. Okay, it's usually done once a year. This is a very important feature, because if you have a family floater policy where 4 people are covered, and in the third month itself, one person has already used say 6 or 7 lakhs, and you're left with only 3 to 4 lakhs. The second claim in that same year, when you're making the claim, your insurance value gets reinstated. It becomes zero again. So you can use the whole 10 lakhs once again. So check out for this feature in your insurance plan, because it's a very important one. The fifth most important one is a cashless plan. Usually it is in 80% of the health insurance plans nowadays that you don't have to pay anything at the hospital, because it is purely cashless. The insurance company will directly pay the hospital. Along with cashless is a co-insurance pay. So what happens is the insurance company says that they'll pay only 80% and you have to pay 20%. Some companies actually end up paying 100% for you and you don't have to pay anything. So we recommend that it's usually 100%, because you don't have to shell out anything from your own pocket. The sixth most important point here is the room cap, the room facility. Most insurance policies have 2 types of rooms. One is just to a broad classification is a single private room and usually a sharing room. So in today's times, you would not want to share a a hospital room with somebody else. And most of the good health insurance plans have no limit on the room cap, and they offer you single private rooms. So the last point here would be coverage of pre-hospitalization expenses and post-hospitalization expenses. So the time you are admitted in the hospital, okay, check in the insurance plan as to till what period you want your expenses to be insured. For example, say somebody is admitted in the hospital on the 1st of June. Some insurance companies provide up to 3 months and up to even 1 month, up to even 6 months prior to the date of hospitalization. Whatever medical expenses you have incurred up to 1 month, 3 months or 6 months prior to the date of hospitalization would be covered in your health insurance. Also, post-hospitalization expenses. After you have been discharged from the hospital, you still have to incur certain expenses relating to checkups and certain other reports that need to be done. So whatever expenses are after your discharge, up to 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, you have different limits as per different health insurance plans. So that's another important thing to keep in mind while selecting a health insurance plan. I just missed another important point earlier, and this point is with regards to your existing illness. Okay, so most insurance companies have a waiting period or cooling period, or whatever they say. Mostly it's used as waiting period of up to 3 years or up to 4 years. So if you have an existing illness, okay, usually the insurance plan does not cover it for the first 3 or 4 years. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind and check. Some plans have 2 years as well. So keep that in mind as to how long you can wait, and depending on the criticality of your existing illness. After shortlisting the health insurance plans based on the above 7 points, it is very important to check the history of that particular company as to how well it is doing when they have to actually pay you the money, when you are actually claiming the amount of insurance. So usually companies have their claim settlement percentages defined, which is approved. Maybe you can check it on Policy Bazaar or the company's own website. They have claim settlement ratios defined. So anything above 98, 99% is more preferable. So that's an important point that you need to keep in mind as well. Other than that, before you enter into the agreement with that company for the insurance policy, it is very important that you be very free, very frank, very honest, and don't hide anything from the health insurance company with respect to your you can say your fitness, your medical history, or whatever it is. Just be very open, because what happens is, if you do not disclose what the fact is before signing that policy, it can be difficult for you to get the claim. Because if the health insurance company says that you didn't disclose this illness of yours at the time of taking the policy, and later you get that illness and then you actually claim for it, the company has the total right to reject your claim because you were not honest or you didn't declare that particular thing to them. Okay, so it's very important that you declare whatever your health condition is to the insurance company. Needless to say, that the premium amounts vary. Okay, the early you start, the better. If you start early, your premiums are low. If you start later, the premiums are high, depending on your age. So the premium for 15 or 16-year-old may be quite less than compared to a 25-year-old. Premium may be quite less compared to a 50-year-old, and so on. So it's very important that you start investing at an earlier age into health insurance, and it is very important because you would not want to shell out your financial savings on medical costs, because the costs are really increasing day by day. And needless, I can't even think about something bad happening and shelling out all your savings that you save for another purpose on hospital cost. And so it's very important that you ensure that you have adequate sum insured for your health insurance plans, right? So I hope I've covered a decent amount of features here of a perfect health insurance plan, and I hope this video is very helpful to you. Until then, I'll be just researching on some other aspects, and I'll come out with some other useful videos as well. So happy investing, and please do consider these points. It will be a very good help for you in the future. Thanks a lot.